Hey guys, I'm T and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I make trendy and fun crochet tutorials twice a week. If you haven't already, smash that like button, drop a comment below, and subscribe to join in on the fun. Here's one for when you're feeling a bit whimsy but want to keep it grown. I started going full fantasy with this one but decided to pull back, and I'm glad I did. Sometimes just a sprinkle of magic and fun is all it takes. But if you want more, be sure to click the bell so you're first in line and get what you need. Now, without further ado, for this project, any category 3 yarn will work, but I use 220 grams in Jade, and that's approximately 750 yards if you're stateside. As for tools, a 5mm hook, scissors, stitch markers, and a tape measure. There's a written pattern down below. Use offer code TCDDIY for a discount off any $9.99 plus order. Watch the end of the video to learn how to enter this week's giveaway. We're using 4 stitches for this project, and they will be as follows: chain, slip stitch, single crochet, half double crochet, and double crochet. This tutorial is for a size small, but you can adjust it for your size, and we explain how to in the video, so let's get started. Getting this top started, we're first going to grab our category 3 yarn and make a slip knot. Next, we're going to grab our 5mm hook and start off by making a chain the height that we want our shoulder band to be. I want mine to be about 1 inch or 3 centimeters, so I'm going to start off by making a chain of 4. Now that I have my chain, I'm going to block off my last chain and do a chain up of 1. That's my turning chain. From here, insert your hook into that chain that we blocked off, or the second chain from our hook, with a slip stitch. So yarn over and pull through everything. Let's do one more. Insert into that next chain, yarn over, pull through everything. Put 1 slip stitch into every chain. Now that we've made our way to the end, we're going to do a chain up of 1. Flip our work and go in with a row of back loop slip stitches. Insert your hook into that first back loop, yarn over, pull through everything. Insert your hook into that next back loop, yarn over, pull through everything. And keep doing this till we don't have any more stitches left. When we're at the end, do a chain up of 1, flip our work, and do more rows of back loop slip stitches until this reaches around our shoulders. And make sure the amount of rows that we have is divisible by 8. I'm going to make a total of 128 rows, and that's 26 inches or 66 centimeters for a size small, and that's unstretched. And just to make it easier on you guys, if you guys want a larger size, keep adding 8 rows to my 128 till it stretches over your shoulders. And if you want a smaller size, subtract 8. I'll meet you guys back once we have our shoulder band finished up. Alright guys, I am back with my shoulder band. Well, when we have this, what we're going to do is work along the length with a row of single crochet. So what we're going to do from here is a chain up of 1. I already have mine. We're going to turn our work and work along the length, putting 1 single into each side slip stitch row. So into this first side slip stitch row that I have right here, we're going to find that top loop and single crochet. Into my next side slip stitch row, find a loop on top of there, single crochet. And we are going to keep doing that, going all the way down. Now that we've single crocheted all the way down our band, we're now going to seam it up. So we're going to grab the other end, making sure that it's not twisted, insert our hook into that corner stitch, yarn over, and pull through. And we're going to single crochet the front and the back panel together, so let's do that together. Into the next available stitch into the front panel, insert your hook. Into the next available stitch into the back panel, insert your hook, and then single crochet. We're going to keep doing that until we don't have any more stitches left, and then do a chain up of 1 and cut. We've just finished up seaming up our shoulder band, and now we need to find the middle points within it. So the easiest way to do that is insert your first 2 stitch markers on either side of your side seam, and then find the 2 middle points. We should have 2 since we went in with an even number. If you guys are going in with my same numbers, just counting from one side, I counted out a total of 64, inserted my stitch marker into there, counted out the same amount of stitches on the other side. And then once we have this, we can go in with the body portion. I'm actually going to go in with one side first since we're going to be done exactly the same, just to make sure that I have all the right numbers and rows for you guys. But I'll meet you guys back so we can get started on the second one together. All right, so we are now ready to go in with our body portion, and we're going to start with our underarm. So make a chain that reaches from mid-boob down to where we want the lowest of the point of this top to be, since this will be uneven, and mine's going to be 9 inches or 23 centimeters, and that's 35 chains. Now that we have our chain, we're going to chain 2, and that's our turning chain. Into the third chain from our hook, we're going to go in with an increase of 2 half double crochets. So prepare for a half double. Into that chain, the third one, go in with 1 half double, and then into that same chain, 1 more half double crochet. We're going to be doing 1 more right next to it. So into that next chain, go in with 1 half double, and then once more into that same chain, a second half double. And from here, put 1 half double crochet into every chain until we have 4 left, because we're going to do some decreases. Now that we have just 4 chains left, into the next 2, we're going to do a decrease. So prepare for a half double crochet. Into that fourth to last chain, insert, pull through. Into that third to last, pull through. Should have 4 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through all 4 of those loops. Let's do one more. Into the second to last, insert your hook. Into that last, insert your hook. Yarn over, pull through. We should have 4 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through all 4. And from here, we're going to repeat the same thing that we just did. So do a chain up of 2 to work your way up to the next row. Flip your work, and we're going to do another set of 2 decreases. So prepare for a half double crochet. Insert your hook into that next back loop, yarn over, pull through. Into that next back loop, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 4. One more. Prepare, insert into that back loop, pull through. Next back loop, pull through all 4. Put 1 back loop half double crochet into every stitch, leaving the last 2 because we're going to increase on this end. All right, we have just 2 stitches left, and we're going to be putting an increase into each. So into that second to last back loop, go in with 1 half double, and then 2, and then into that last back loop, go in with 1 half double, and then our last half double. And from here, we're going to repeat the same thing for another 2 rows. Each of our edges that we have is in sets of 4. So from here, maintain the increases on this side, maintain the decreases on this side. I'll meet you guys back when we have these 4 rows done. We are back with our 4 rows. We want to make a chain that reaches up to our shoulder, and make sure when you're measuring, the base chain is still at mid-boob. I am going to make a chain of 25, and that's 8 inches or 20 centimeters. Now that we have our chain, we're going to chain up 2. That counts as our turning chain. We're going to prepare for a half double crochet. Insert your hook into that third chain from your hook with a half double, and put 1 half double crochet into every chain. When we make our way down to the body, put 1 back loop half double into each of those, leaving the last 2 because we're going to do our increases. We have made our way all the way down till we have just 2 stitches left, and we're going to be doing an increase of 2 into each. Prepare for a half double, insert into that second to last back loop with 1, and then with 2. Let's do this one more time into the last back loop. Go in with 1 back loop half double, and then 2. We're going to do a chain up of 2, flip our work, and do another set of 2 increases. So prepare, into that first back loop, go in with 1, 2 half double, and then into the next back loop, 1, 2 half double. Put 1 half double crochet into every stitch, making sure we're going in through the back loop. Keeping this end blunt, we're going to do a chain up of 2, flip our work our way down, and then put an increase of 2 sets into the last 2 stitches. I'll meet you guys back when we have 4 of these rows. All right, I am back with my 4 shoulder rows. If you want yours to be more oversized, now's the time to do another set of 4, but remembering to decrease along the bottom and keep the top nice and blunt. But when we're ready to work into the body, we're going to insert our hook into the side stitch marker stitch. So I already have one of my panels done, so I'm going to be inserting my hook into this next stitch marker. Insert, we're going to yarn over and pull through everything. We're going to slip stitch in the direction going across to this next stitch marker, and that's going to work our way up to the next row. So into this next stitch, insert, yarn over, pull through everything. From here, we're going to put 1 back loop half double crochet into every stitch, leaving the last 4 because we're going to do another decrease together. All right, let's do our next decrease. Now that we're at the end of the row, we should have 4 stitches left. So yarn over, insert into the 4th to last, pull through, into the 3rd to last, pull through 4. Yarn over, into that 2nd to last, pull through, last, pull through all 4. Do a chain up of 2 and flip our work. Start off by doing another set of 2 decreases, put 1 back loop half double crochet into every stitch, and I'll meet you guys back just to show you guys how we're going to connect into the base one more time. All right, so I've made my way down and we're ready to connect into the base. So we're going to count up 1, 2 stitches. Slip stitch into that 2nd stitch to close off this 1st row. And to work our way up to the next, we're going to slip stitch up the next 2. So slip stitch 1 and slip stitch 2. Flip your work and put 1 back loop half double crochet into every stitch. We are going to maintain connecting it into the base the same way that we just did. And keep in mind that we will be doing 4 rows of decreases and then 4 rows of increases. And we're going to keep alternating like that until we reach the other stitch marker on the other side of our shoulder band. And then I'll meet you guys back so that we can do the other shoulder. All right, guys, so we are back and we have just made our way all the way across until we hit our next stitch marker over here. From here, we're going to continue doing the same thing that we've been doing along the bottom, but we're just going to work our way out for another 4 rows so that we can match our shoulder portion. So from here, all we're going to do is a chain out of 2, work our way down while maintaining the same pattern that we have along the bottom. So for me, I'm going to go in with my decreases. I'll meet you guys back after my 4 shoulder rows. All right, so I have just gone in with my 4 shoulder rows. Now I need to go in with our underarm, but we did end along the top, so I did a chain up 1 and cut. And from here, I'm going to be inserting my stitch marker into the same amount of chains that we made on this side. So if you guys are doing the same numbers as me, I made a chain up of 25. So along this side, I'm going to count down 25 and then insert my stitch marker. From there, we're going to go in with our underarm portion. Getting started on the underarm portion, I'm first going to insert my hook into the stitch that's right next to my stitch marker stitch, going towards the bottom. We're inserting it into this spot because we want to keep up with all this ribbing that we have. We're going to insert our yarn onto our hook, pull through, into a chain up of 2. This counts as our first half double crochet. And from here, we're going to start off by doing our sets of 2 back loop decreases, work our way down, then do our increases along the bottom. And this is going to be done the same way as the front. So keep the increases along the bottom, decreases along the top, until I have my 4 rows. I'll meet you guys back once we have that done. All right, so I have just finished up going in with my underarm portion. And at this point, you guys can make this exact panel one more time, and then I'll meet you guys back so we can seam everything up together. Alrighty, so now that we should have both of our panels all finished up, we are now going to go in with seaming up our entire piece. So we're first going to start off at our shoulder, and we first off just want to make sure that our work is flipped wrong side out, meaning that the seam for our shoulder band is flipped out. Once we have that, we're going to insert our hook into the first available loop that we have into the front panel, and then the next loop that we have into the back panel. It's not going to be any particular loops because there are a bunch of side half doubles. We're just going to have to eyeball it and try to keep it as close to the shoulder band as possible. Insert your yarn onto your hook, pull through. and do a chain up of 1 to secure. From here, we're going to be putting 1 single crochet into every side half double, going in through the front and the back panel at the same time. So let's do this next one. This is my next side half double crochet. So I'm going to insert my hook into there. And this is my next side half double crochet into the back panel. Try and keep them the same. Insert my hook into there. From there, I'm just going to single crochet. And when we make our way to the end, do a chain of 1 and cut. And now that we have seamed up our shoulder, we're now going to seam up our sides. It's going to be done the same way, but a little bit easier because we have actual loops to go into. So let's do the first few together. Insert your hook into the corner stitch into the front panel and into the same corner stitch into the back panel. Insert your yarn onto your hook, pull through, do a chain up of 1. Insert your hook into the next available stitch you have into your front panel, and then insert your hook into the next available stitch you have into your back panel, and then single crochet them together. Keep doing this going all the way down. When we don't have any more stitches left, do a chain up of 1 and do the same thing on the other side. Alright guys, we are back and we have just finished up seaming both of our side seams and our shoulder portion, and now we're going to get started with our sleeve. So the first thing we're going to do is insert our hook into the stitch that we have that's right next to our side seam. Insert my yarn onto my hook. I'm going to pull through and do a chain up of 1 to secure that in. We have a decent amount of side half double crochet rows to go into, so I'm going to alternate between 1 to 2 single crochets. Into this first side half double crochet, I'm going to insert with 1 single crochet. Into my next side half double crochet, we're going to go in with 2. We're going to keep doing that until we reach our shoulder portion, and then we're going to put 1 single crochet into each of these stitches, going up and over our shoulder. When we reach this other underarm, continue with 1 to 2 single crochets. Slip stitch into that chain up of 1 space, and then I'll meet you guys back. Now that we have single crocheted all the way around, we're now going to do a row of half double crochets with no increases or decreases. So we're going to do a chain up of 2, flip our work, and then put 1 back loop half double crochet into every stitch. Slip stitch into that second chain that we just made, and then I'll meet you guys back. Alright, so we are back with our half double crochet row. We just finished that up, and now we're going to get started with our decreases. So I already did a chain up of 2, and I flipped my work. From here, I'm going to go in with 15 back loop half double crochets and then a decrease. Now that I have my 15 half double crochets, now we're going to do our decrease. We're going to prepare for a half double, insert into that next back loop, pull through, back loop after that, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops. And we are going to keep repeating this sequence for the rest of this row. The next 2 rows are going to be a row of back loop half double crochets, no increases and no decreases. So we're going to be decreasing into every 3rd row. The next row that we're going to be decreasing, we're going to go in with 14 back loop half double crochets and then a decrease. We're going to be subtracting 1 for every decrease row. And we're going to keep decreasing into every 3rd till it's nice and snug around our arm. Then put 1 back loop half double crochet into every stitch till we're ready for our cuff. Alright guys, I am back with my sleeve and the length is all finished. This sleeve is a total of 11.5 inches or 29 centimeters. And that is from our first single crochet row going all the way down to my row number 26 is where I did my decreases. And rows 27 through 33 was putting 1 back loop half double crochet into every stitch until I was ready for my cuff, which we're going to do right now. So go ahead and insert your hook. And we're going to start off by making the chain length that we want our cuff to be. I want my cuff to be about 6 inches or 15 centimeters, so that's going to be a chain of 25. And now that we have our chain, we're going to block off that last chain and do a chain up of 3. That's our turning chain. We're going to prepare for a double crochet. Insert your hook into that chain that we blocked off, or the 4th chain from our hook with a double crochet. Put 1 double crochet into every chain. Now that we've put 1 double crochet into every chain, we're now going to slip stitch it into the base. We're going to insert our hook into the 2nd stitch from where we're at. So count of 1, count of 2. Slip stitch into that 2nd stitch to close off this first row. To work our way up to the next row, slip stitch up 1 and then slip stitch up the next 2 stitches, flip our work. We're now going to work our way down with back loop double crochets. So just to do the first one, prepare for a double, insert your hook into that back loop, pull through 2, pull through 2. Put 1 back loop double crochet into every stitch. When we make our way down to the end, do a chain up of 3, flip our work, and continue doing back loop double crochets, connecting it into the base the same way that we just did. Meet you guys back when we don't have any more loops left so that we can seam it up. Alright guys, we are back. I have just made my way all the way around with my cuff, and I don't have any more stitches left. Now we're going to seam it up. We will need to flip our work inside out to make sure that all of our seams are facing the same direction. But once we have that, we're going to do the first one together. From here, I'm going to insert my hook into the first available stitch into the front panel and into the next available stitch I have into the back panel. From here, I'm going to yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Let's do the next one. Insert your hook into the next stitch into the front panel and into the next stitch into the back panel. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And keep doing that going all the way down. When we don't have any more stitches left, do a chain up of 1 and cut and do the same thing that we did here on the other side. Alright guys, now that our sleeves are all done, we now just need to clean up the bottom. So what we're first going to do is insert our hook into one of the stitches that's right next to our side seam. Doesn't matter which one. Insert your hook, insert your yarn, pull through, do a chain up of 1. And from here, we're going to work our way down into a bunch of side half double crochets. So we're going to alternate between 1 to 2 single crochets. So into this first side half double crochet, I'm going to go in with 1. Into this next side half double crochet, I'm going to go in with 2. Let's do this again. This next side half double, we're going to go in with 1. And this next side half double, go in with 2. Now from here, we should be at this point right here, the point that goes in towards the body. Once we get here, we're going to do a decrease right here just to keep that nice and tight. So go into that same stitch that we just inserted our hook into. So the last half double crochet on this side, yarn over, pull through, and then into the first half double crochet on the other side, yarn over, pull through. Should have 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. And then from here, we're going to continue alternating between 1 to 2 single crochets. And the first single crochet is going to go into this first half double crochet, so the one that the decrease is currently into. So into that same gap, go in with 1, into that next, 2, the next, 1, the next, 2. Now once we have this, what we're going to do here is do a chain up of 1, and then go into that next half double crochet with 1. And we're going to keep going all the way up and down around until we meet our chain up of 1. Do a slip stitch into there, do a chain up of 1 and cut, and then I'll meet you guys back. And now that we have just single crocheted along the bottom of our piece, we are all done. The last thing that we're going to have to do is weave in all of our ends. Our ends are woven in and our super easy sweater is all finished. For such a simple piece, I learned a lot while making it. I really enjoy making pieces that make me rethink how I've been making and explaining things and improving on my skills. Plus, the piece came out really cute, so I can't complain. There's a written pattern down below. Use offer code TCDDIY for a discount off any $9.99 plus order. Enter this week's pattern giveaway by telling us how you'd spend your perfect day off. Good luck to everyone who enters. Also, if you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up because believe it or not, it really helps. And be sure to share us on Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and Facebook. Those links are down below. Link to our Etsy page is down there too if you want to buy this piece or any other piece on the channel. And be sure to favorite the shop so you don't miss out on new patterns and exclusive deals. As always guys, thank you so much for watching and I'll see y'all in the next one.